got a wagon and walked around the city with it, picked up stuff, sold it and all. And he finally got a truck and he moved people. And he charged them $3 whole to move. And that's all your furniture. And
How much was gas back then?
oh, I don't know. But when a truck broke down or a car broke down, my father one time took his belt off and put it to the fan belt on the truck so he could get home. Couldn't do that now with the cars, no way. They're not that simple now, they're more complicated. So, then we moved to Bayonne and we lived our landlord was an Italian man and he had about 10 kids and his wife died. He remarried another woman. My mother used to help take care of the kids as part of the payment for the rent. She'd do the clothes. She'd feed them, clean the house. So finally we moved into a Hebrew school with no rent to pay. But we had to take care of the school. We had 3 rooms. That was it. And they had the boys' room and the girls' room there because there was a school upstairs and their church room downstairs and their office. So we didn't have to pay no rent, and I was there till I was about 16. My mother worked as she worked in the laundry 2 doors down, so I could come in after school and go see her. She was right just 2 doors down from the what do you call it? And my brother went to war. I missed him a lot. I really idolized my brother. Still do. He's 78. No, he's 79. 2 years older than me.
I didn't
say 2 years older than me.
You mean 12?
11 years older than me. He's 78, yeah. And consider what he went through the war. It's lucky he's alive this day. But it seemed like my life was one calamity after another. When I think I'm settled, something goes wrong. And I've traveled all over. And here I am in Michigan. That's about it I can think of for now.
Could you tell us about your husband and your children?
Yeah, well, my children, they were the typical Jersey brats. And they were something else. I love them all very much. I still do. And I still worry about them. What you do till the day you die. It's like, well, Ruthie is still my baby, and she's 33. Which 34?
I'm pausing you, okay, Grandma? It's recording.
Got 11 grandchildren.
Me especially?
8 girls, 3 boys.
I'm one of your favorites, right?
Huh?
I'm one of your favorites, right?
Sometimes I want to scalp you. Sometimes I want to just hug you. The same with Tallulah upstairs.
Yeah, that's Elizabeth.
Oh, I call her everything.
Yeah, I know. I was just telling the people who are watching
Look at
this.
the devil. Here she is. Hello there, dear. You nice and clean now? Okay. You brushed your hair or Mom brushed your hair?
Go away now.
She's taking you to movies. All those dances. Professional strip dancer.
Yeah,
Wiggle dancer.
Can you please tell us about your husband now?
Well, there's not too much. When your mother was, had you, I was overseas. And we got in touch with the Red Cross. They got in touch with us saying, you know, that your mother's having a baby. And my boss told me that I had a granddaughter. I started crying. was overseas and your mother was back here. So I didn't know her circumstances at the time. But I worried about it. I don't know if it was a mistake for me to go overseas or stay home and keep an eye on the family. I thought they were all quite settled, but
It's good for you to travel.
Hmm?
It's good for you to travel.
Well, I always wanted to go overseas. I know that I would never have the money to go overseas. So John said, well, live with me. I Navy approved because I was a dependent mother, so I lived there for 3 years.
Where did you live for 3 years?
Madalena, part of Sardinia, part of Italy. In other words, southern Italy.
Uh-huh.
Just like we have down south and up north.
Yep.
But it was in southern Italy we lived. Glad we weren't stationed at Naples.
What
That
happened?
is for pits. We had to go to Naples one time for the chaplain because they were having some sort of something going on there at one of the bases where all the chaplains got together, and I don't know what they were having, some sort of a thing in the jiggy. But Naples is terrible. I mean, it's so crowded and it's dangerous. I mean, a lot of our guys that the MPs, they guard the gate, for the American compound. We get shot in the knees. Somebody that didn't like Americans.
Can you tell us about your husband this time?
There's not much to tell. I met him through Alice, my sister-in-law at the time. She was my friend. I worked in a factory. And I was about 18. About 17 or 18, and I used to cut Alice's work and fold it and tie it up and put it in different size bundles. And we talk, and she was only a year older than me. She was 18, I was 17. And she just got recently married to Bob Forsack. And she was always talking about her brother-in-law buddy, till finally she set up a date. And our first date was on his birthday. And he came to the house and my father met him. He let me go out with him, and I was shocked because we were going to a drive-in, and I was never to a drive-in in my life. And we saw 2 old pictures, I remember. And, we sat and we talked, watched the picture. And then I kissed him after the picture, and I says, that's because it's your birthday, I kissed you. So we went out on a few dates, and then he says, you're the girl I'm going to marry. And I looked at him like he was crazy. I liked him, but we wound up staying together, and after 2 years of saving for a big wedding and a honeymoon in Bermuda. That was beautiful in Bermuda. Simply beautiful. Of course, I was a nervous wreck because we flew down, not by jet, by plane. And my father was a wreck. He was so afraid the plane was going to crash.
I see where you get your worrying from.
Yeah, my father.
Yep.
And we had a beautiful week there. Of course, I got sunburned. I could just about walk. And the sand was pink and the water was blue. And the flowers were gorgeous. And I even bought perfume, little bottles of perfume. Oh, they smelled so nice. And we met a couple from New York, Jenny and Joe. They got married the same day we did. And we'd always pal around together, the 4 of us. And I'd usually be talking to Joe, and Jenny'd be talking to Buddy. It's funny. And we went on a cruise that they were having, where you go to all the islands. You were supposed to have a picnic on the islands. And it started to rain, so we stayed on the boat. and they were serving vodka, so they had a great big, like a great big tin, a big tub. And they had vodka and orange juice in it. I never had vodka before. And I'm drinking it and drinking it. And, this is good. You don't feel bad or anything, So to get off, when we get off, all of us get off the boat, we could just about walk. It hit us, so we went back to the motel to lay down and rest. And we were going to go out to dinner that night. And boy, oh boy, I'll tell you that really hit me. I went out like a light. And hopefully I didn't get sick. And I came back and I lived with my mother for a while. And I got pregnant. I wanted my own place. So after Charlie was born, we found a place, and just 3 rooms. They were small rooms, but the landlady was very nice woman. And we lived there. And then I got pregnant with Johnny, and we had to move to a flat with more rooms, but it's a cold water flat. Yeah, the only heat we had was in the kitchen, and it was one of those iron stoves. So they had gas in it instead of coal. And the kitchen would be like 90 degrees, and the living room would be about 50 degrees. You call them cold water flats because you go from one room to another, to another, to another. Not off here, off here, off here. And it's hard to heat. Charlie got so sick he nearly died on me. And I was pregnant with Johnny, and then we moved out of there. My mother and father bought a house. And we moved there to Bayonne. And later, but he was laid off from work, and he got a store. And then we bought the whole building, the store, and the rooms upstairs. It was on the corner. We had no yard, just an alleyway. And we lived there until he died, and then I moved to Ohio. And then I moved to Michigan. And then I went down to Virginia with Johnny and Linda and Becky. And then we went overseas for 3 years, and I came back, and I was staying with Linda and Becky, and Charlie told me if I could come and live with them, because Ruth was there and he wanted to help. So I left Johnny, Linda, and Becky, and I moved in with Charlie. And I stayed there for a while, and then I moved to Louisiana for about a year. And that's when I wrote to some guy and went down there, and he was a
Bozo.
something else, Richard. And I left him and I went back to Michigan. And I've been back in Michigan ever since.
Hmm. How did your husband propose to you? How did your husband propose to you?
Handed me the ring. Got engaged on the 4th of July.
Cool.
And we got married that following April.
April what?
April 19th. It was nice. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold, It was really nice. I was so nervous. I took medicine from the doctor to calm me down. I was practically laughing walking down the aisle. We usually you're crying and everything. Big smile on my face. And then we went to the hotel in Grand Hotel in Hoboken. We had over 200 guests. And when we went to make the reservation, the guy that owned the place said, "Well, where are you spending your wedding night?" I said, "At my mother's." He says, "Oh Because I'll give you the room upstairs.
That was cool.
Because, see, the following day they were going to take us to, get married on a Saturday, and on a Sunday we were going to fly to Bermuda. So they all met us the next day and drove us to the
Airport?
Airport. Then when we came back, we went to my mother's house.
Cool.
That's about it. Why don't you please fill my water? I didn't have a full week of ladies this week.
Actually, that one's dead.
Who's taking it here? Waste your film. Take Mom for a change. There isn't any of Mom. Is Mom upstairs?
Yep. Give him a show him mouth, babe.
Favorite?
Boy.
No.